Hello, good morning, happy Friday. A little out of sync, but I'm just gonna go with the flow of whatever I feel like doing. It's been one of those weeks. I don't know about you guys, but it's been one of those weeks. And what I want to do is just whatever I want to do. So, let's get those out of the way. I have some backgrounds that I worked on, and it is just some random stamping with some embossing powder, some different mixtures, random things. This is stamping with color and then covering with clear embossing, and it gives you the glaze look without buying individual colored glazes. So that's my money saver. This one's a little wonky, more regular. This has a little inking on it. So I thought we could do some more. There's some that are kind of finished with some inking. So let's do some more. We'll just work on some backgrounds. These would be good for journal card bases, or you can put them on the front of a card. And I also have some new thrifty things that maybe we'll want to play with, but we're going to start with doing some inking. Cheers, coffee. All right. I have no preparation going on right now. This one's pretty well done, so let's get that one out of our way. Put these to the side before we figure out where do we want to start, guys. I don't even know. Let's start with some of these lighter ones and see if we can give ourselves a dark background. I bought more. Oh, there they are. I was gonna say I bought more wipes for us to use, and I thought I lost them, but I see them. You know how I am. Here, we can't do everything at once, so we just need to get it out of the way. So what shall we do with these? I think I'm gonna start with this. Oh my God, you guys, glitter embossing powder is the devil. Just saying. All right, let's get ourselves a piece of paper. I don't have scrap paper. I don't have anything. I don't have anything where I need it. Come on now. All right, let's grab a piece of paper. There. Just use old piece of printer paper here, and let's go. I'm gonna go with browns and whatnot, but I want to, if we can, and we can because we can do what we want. I want to grab the distress browns so that we can get some nice oh my gosh, I can't even speak, you guys. Why would I start a video when I can't speak? See, look at this. I don't know if you can see that. I told you, the devil. All right. We're gonna do some browns. These are all greens. We might want to use a little green on here. Let's keep our greens out too. A couple of greens, a couple of browns. And what do we want to start with? You know what? Let's start lightest. Let's start with some antique linen. We just want to grunge this up a little bit, and we'll get it darker. We might decide that we don't even care to use this. That looks awfully. It's got a lot of dark on it. You know, I should probably start marking these and keep them a little separate, but you know, that would require some effort, and we know how we are with effort that isn't actually creating something fun. We don't have any time for that. This is super subtle, and we're just getting rid of some of that white. I don't even know that we got to do a whole lot of that, so let's let's get rid of that and let's see what we get here with our tea dye. We want to get a lot, but we don't want it super, super dark. So we're gonna go in with a light hand. Now what it's gonna do for a while is cover up that pink, but we can wipe it off because it will form a resist. I'm just gonna see how pretty we might be able to make this in the background. No rhyme or reason other than just filling space in a way that looks relatively random. Let's go a little darker here. Because we're making it grungy and not perfect, I'm okay, now that I'm thinking about it, to have little darker spots that are not a problem, because we're going grungy, so it's okay. And what will end up looking like is that we did our stamping and our embossing on top of something that was already very beautiful and dirty looking. Oxymoron, right? Okay, let's get some even darker areas. Go in first with a light hand and then get a little heavier. Ooh, I really like that with the embossing. I like it right next to the embossing. That's really pretty. Kind of keep going with that idea. Light hand and then heavier as it starts to deposit. How pretty is that? And not super time consuming, and it doesn't take a lot of thought. If you're kind of needing to pass some time, this would be a really good little activity for if you're watching television and you want to be doing something other than just watching television. This is a great little thing to do. I don't want to get too dark everywhere, so let's just keep it here. I like that. All right, let's grab a wipe and see how successful we are here. You don't have to use a wipe. I just happen to have these on hand, so I'm just going to put it on my finger and lightly go over the top of the pink to pull off any ink that is sitting on top. And are you going to get some off the paper? Sure. You'll get a little, but I mean, it's not a ton. I like that. And then you could do, sticker, washi, whatever focal point you want to use for that. So there's one to use. Now, oh, interesting. What should we do with this one? We'll just think about it. How would that look with some like turquoise? I think very nice. Let's pull out, we're going to start with broken china. And you don't have to use your brush. I'm going to give it a shot with just the regular old dauber. I'm going to start over the design because if I don't like it, if it's too heavy, it can be a little bit masked by that. Let's go light here, and then we'll just work our way lighter out on the edges. What that? Oh, I got purple on my fingers. That's what that is, of course. Let's just smoosh it around so it's not so obvious. All right, now I think I don't want to go super solid with that, but I do want think this goes with the vintage. Do you want to add some darker around? It also tones down some of that blue. You can get as crazy and particular or wild as you would like. I think I'm going to keep this super simple. And let's see. That's not what I just had. Where's my wipe I just had? Right here. Good God, you guys. Let's see. Yeah. Let's pull off that ink and get that sparkle back. That metallic sparkly look. These can be awful fast, which is nice if you're just needing some backgrounds. And you don't have to get super, you don't have to do a super ton of it, embellishment on here, because then you can use it for whatever it is you want. I forgot I already pulled out the other big light pink ones we were going to start with. Let's add some water drops and see what we can get for a little bit of reactivity. Now it might not be a whole lot because we didn't put a real thick layer. I'm just gonna let that water take up some of the ink, but we didn't put a thick layer of ink, so the reactivity is going to be minimal, if at all. So let's blot that off. We got a little. The thicker the ink, the more reactivity you're gonna get. Not a lot. That's okay. All right, let's set this guy on the done pile. Let's go back to this that we said we were gonna start with. How about some gray in the background? Pink and gray always looks pretty together. And then maybe we'll add a little bit of green. I think would be nice. Kind of clean this off if I can. Like I said, I really need to start labeling these. And if I need to buy some more, then I just need to buy some more. Well, this is gonna look like we're covering all that pink to begin with, but we're gonna go thicker with this ink so we can get some splotchy splatters. And we'll add other colors as well. Little green here and there. We're gonna get ourselves a nice base to work with. And remember, we'll be pulling all that pretty pink back out once we get all our colors how we want them. I always get fingerprints, but if we're not trying to be perfect, it does not matter, right? No matter. Okay, there's some gray. How about, what if we put a little peeled paint on there? Oh my gosh. Come on off. Let's see, but maybe not super bright. Maybe just a little here and there. I don't want to go a little too crazy here with this bright color. Wanting to keep it a little bit muted. But, and then, oh, that is not a lid. Here, there we go. And then how about, what else do we want on there, guys? Ooh, how about some Victorian velvet? Pinky rosy color. Let's add some of that. Yeah. Not all of it, because we still want that pink to stand out. So let's put some over here. All right, now let's go ahead and, I don't know why I keep setting that there. Let's go ahead and wipe off our, I like how the white comes back through too. Let's re-wipe our embossing. Get that shine back. This one's got some sparkle too. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I think I did a mixture of sparkle and like a rose gold on this one. Let's see. Got a lot of splotchies on this one. Let's see. And some spritzy. Maybe. Let's give it a minute. Let's see what it's gonna do. Another way you can do it is flick it with your fingers. That gets kind of cool. You just don't want to do too much. I've done it where I get too much and then I like drop a big splotch right on there. And that stinks when that happens. Just keep going and more and more. And this will probably be easier if we use a piece of paper to pick that up. Now, I had a whole roll of paper towels in here. Whoops. I'm just going to use this paper. I must have spilled coffee on it at one point. Let's see if this picks up. Now, it might be a little bit more subtle just because we're using these light colors. We can go dark colors on the next one and see if it gets more of the, yeah, not very impactful, just a tiny bit of extra texture. Okay, that can go over there. See, we're learning as we go. Not an expert, guys, by any stretch of the imagination. All right. How about some blues and purples? Let's just go nuts. Let's go nuts with this guy and just lay it on. We're just gonna lay it on. I love this color of blue. It's darker than a cornflower, but it's got kind of that same quality to it, that same tone. I do wish that the Chip Sapphire was more of a blue instead of a purple. I really like the color on the lid, but it's more purple, and that's all right. We will still love it. And it could be that the ink, the Distress ink, in comparison to the oxide, might be more blue. There is a little bit of difference typically between the inks and the oxides in the color. I think this will give us a really nice, I'm gonna add like dark. This will give us a really nice spotty effect, I'm sure. Let's see what happens if we go like super dark scorched timber. Add some brown. Oh, we need more than that. Don't be afraid. Blend that out a little bit. We do not have to be afraid because what is it? It's paper. It's just paper, guys. Do your experimental. Ooh, look how pretty. I'm being a little bit more meticulous with this one just because it's going to be super obvious in the background, whatever we pull up. I don't really have to though. Isn't that pretty how that stands out? Okay. I really like that. Guys, I really like it. Let's try with the hands. I think this is going to give us a good effect. We want lots of splatters, I think, on this one. I have some splatters up there, man. You can't really aim it. How about some big splat? Well, that's not getting big splatters. What about if we... We'll just do lots of layers of many splatters. That's a better effect. There's our paper. Let's see how much we're gonna pull up. This will just grab whatever ink is wet and pull it right up. Oh, I smushed that one pretty big, but that's okay. I still like it. We still have over here. Do we go? Let's just try it. I just want to go super dark in the background and see how this looks. I've got a bit of a gradient. I started heavier here in the ink and then got a little bit lighter, and it's inked through a stencil and then the clear embossing powder over the top. All right, here we go. Ooh, guys. That transforms it, doesn't it? Look at that. And maybe we don't want to go all the way down. Maybe we kind of ombre it a little bit and just work our way this way and leave it lighter on the bottom or on the top. Either way. I don't know that I want a bunch of speckles on it. I don't think you'd see them anyway, honestly. But let's do our wiping. Clear off that pink and make sure we don't have any ink on the top. Isn't that a pretty contrast? I really like that. I think that would be a beautiful base for journal card, greeting card. I love the shine. All right, what do we want with our brown here? How about, you know what we don't have yet? Orange. We could try some orange. Why not? Let's just check it out. Little rusty hinge. That is a lot of orange. All right, but that's okay. We're just playing around and trying things. Little orange. And you don't have to do it all over. You can do it in just some areas. And maybe we want, what do we want? How about some walnut stain? I think I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know where my walnut stain thing is. So I'm gonna use, nope, it's not on the bottom. I might not have one. I'm gonna use this. Pull in some brown. That'll also tone down that orange. And we are just going to pull that in. Looks kind of bricky, right? And you can see the difference here between the oxide pigment sitting on top and just the ink seeping more into the paper. Now this time I'm going to rub a little harder and pull some of the ink out from behind as well. Oh, you can see where it touched. I'm okay with that. And you don't want to do too super much because you will. That's not keeping much shine, but that's okay. You can damage your paper, right? If you do too much rubbing. I probably put too much water, but we'll just have big splotches here this time. All right, letting it pull some of that ink up. I think the reason it squished is because I used this paper, which is not super absorbent. Paper towel works the best, but you know, that would require getting up and walking in the other room. But you know, why would one do that when they can just mess around with stuff that's sitting right here? All right, I like that. It's a nice grungy one. Let's turn this over. That's getting a little distracting, huh? I almost just want to leave this one, not totally here. I think I just want some vintage photo around the edge of this one. I think this one is really pretty, and I think I kind of just want to let the stamps have all the attention. Let's just ink this edge here, because we want it to look finished on the edges. I think I'm gonna leave this like this. So that one wasn't very exciting, guys. Now, we can't have purple and sparkle without more purple, right? So I think let's try, and if this is too bright, maybe we'll be able to go over it a little bit with pink. I don't know. You can layer these, so we'll see. Here goes nothing. Oh, Lord. Holy purple. Why do I forget? I don't know, but I surely do. I forget. You know what? I don't think that I embossed over that whole thing, so we're probably going to lose some of that. Well, there you go. What happens when you're not paying attention? Oh well. These are our grungy backgrounds, guys. We can do whatever. If you cover it up, it's just another layer, right? It still peeks through. It's fine. It's all fine. Now maybe we don't want to go light pink, and maybe instead we want to go darker purple. Almost like a vignette type thing where we go darker around the edges. I'm okay with that plan. That's pretty, isn't it? We're just going to stick with it. And it's not completely even, and that's okay. We got some circle marks from our foam. Also okay. I'm also not sad about that. I'll take it. Let's grab a little more ink here. Whoops. All right, let's see what we end up with. If that pulls off or not. Definitely on the parts that got... I wonder why I did that. I don't recall. I must not have gotten a whole lot through it. Okay. It just looks more like more grunge in the background. So let's go lots of splitter splatters. And we'll see what that does. Oh, a trick. I don't have, when I was doing the embossing, I don't have one of those anti-static little baggy things, whatever it is, powder. I just rubbed my paper first with a dryer sheet, and it seemed to work pretty good. Perfect? Of course not. Why would it be? I do another layer and see what else we got going on here. Lots of sprinkle splatters. That's the wet one. I'm gonna try to not smear the paper around. All right, I'll take it. Got all kinds of options here. What do we got here? 2 left. Ooh, what do we do with the dark blue? What if... Oh, I probably got my head in there. Don't look at my head. Thinking. I wonder what would happen. I haven't tried this yet. So I want the dark of Chip Sapphire, but I want the blue of Fatal Jeans. So let's try to layer it. Let's see what happens if we try to layer it. So let's put this down, and we're going to put a decent amount. And we're just going to play. If you want ideas for how to use your inks and oxides in different ways, I'm sure most of everybody knows it, but sometimes people don't know. Tim Holtz has so many videos, and they're like a couple of hours. Oh, stop bending stuff. God. They're a couple hours long, and so many ideas, and they're super fun. Now, I'll warn you ahead of time, it's going to make you want to go out and buy every single color, because they all are so pretty together. But, and if you want to, ooh, you're so lucky. But you don't have to. You don't have to. But I'm happy for you if you can. Every once in a while, when they're on sale, I try to pick up a couple of new colors. All right, let's see what this gets us, if we can blend this together and get the deep color. Ooh, I like it. It seems to be doing what I'm hoping for. Look at that. Here's what that color looks like all on its own. It's not a whole lot different, but it is pulling up some of that purple. Sapphire, whatever. You know what I mean. All right, now we are going to end up with a bit of like a monochromatic. Let's see how this looks. Am I almost dry already? Yes. Well, let's just re-wet it. All right, let's see. Let's get some of that shine back. And we will just comes the shine. Love it. I love that. So pretty. All right, so there is our pretty more maybe, that pretty blue relief. Now we're going to see a little bit of water line out here. I wonder if we can just, yeah, we can smooth right over that. How's that? So you've got the shine, but it's subtle. Now, do we want to make it more grungy with lots of, ooh, look at that. Ended up doing pretty good. Well, that makes me want to do that to this. And let's just see what happens. This is really good for forcing yourself to give up control because you've got none. None. Maybe we want more. Maybe we want lots. It's kind of exciting that you can't, well, the reason why this wasn't wet is because it's not the wet one. Oh, you guys, sometimes I'm so broken. Up some, and now I believe as it dries, based on what this guy's doing, because this guy was not nearly as, see, look at that. That didn't look like that when we set it over there. What else is going on over here that we didn't know about? That, see, obviously I'm not an expert. That one's still pretty subtle. Not an expert. I see it now coming through more. All right, we got one left. What kind of crazy can we do with this guy? We haven't done green, really. Let's do, how about an all green? Let's go with just greens. And we've got peeled paint, we've got rustic, wilderness, and forest moss. So I'm gonna start with rustic wilderness in the middle. And then we're going to fade dark and we're going to fade light. The reason, in my opinion, I'm sure there's a right way to do it, but I don't. The reason I think that it's okay to go either direction with the color, as in dark to light or light to dark, or middle to dark or middle to light, is it's gonna blend. It's probably more of a tool thing where you don't want to put dark ink on your light tools. Since I reused this, I'm going to take just a little bit off. And let's just go right up into that. Give ourselves a little bit of a blend. Need a little more right here. And I know you can do multiple layers. I don't know if I just get scared. I don't know why I don't. Because I'm crazy. That is not any surprise to anybody. I guess this forest moss isn't necessarily darker. It's a different tone. So maybe we'll pull some of the other green up into here to kind of get that all. I'll put lots of ink here so we have blending ability. It's got the yellower base more than the blue undertone there. So let's see. Can we pull some of this in and just kind of match it up a little bit better? I think we can. I think we can. And I think that looks better. And then we're gonna pull, I feel like we got a little bit heavy on the lighter color. Not heavy, but just, we narrowed down our green, our center line quite a bit. Okay. I'm cool with that. Now, let's just grab a new wipe because, you know, clearly we're having difficulty. Thanks for being my wee when I'm a nut. I am having a little difficulty. So let's just give this a swipe to get some of that off. And yep, we absolutely are taking off some of that ink, causing a bit of the oxide reaction there, since this is, I got a fresh one and it's plenty wet, but I'm okay with that. And now I'm gonna put a whole bunch of water on here. Random singing, you're welcome. And I'm sorry. Let's see what kind of prettiness we can get with this. See, I need to trust the process more because I'm going to show you in a minute. Where's the? I'm going to show you in a moment what's going on with this blue one over here. And, well, actually, we'll just do it with this one. You know what we can do, and I don't know why I don't. Let's just dry it. Gosh, guys, we don't have to be patient. We have a heat tool. Look at those little ones popping out as it's drying. Too hot, just helping it along a little bit. Nice. It's still damp, so we're still going to get some more. But let's see what another layer of sprinkles will do for us. All right, I think we're gonna call this one, he's still a little wet. He'll dry, he'll dry. All right, let's make some space to look at all our fun. I think we can keep it, you know, low key, not a lot of planning today. So here is our big, oh, I've got them all messed up, you guys. Look at this variety of fun that we did today. How much? Look at this. Look at all these backgrounds. And now they're ready. And here's some of the others. Now they are absolutely good and ready to put on whatever it is that you want to use them for. Add some washi, add some stickers, add some collage, whatever you want. You are good to go with some projects that you can just jump right into. So I hope the variations provided some inspiration and is something that you'll be able to use in your creations. If you had a good time, which I really hope you did, hit a like, give me a comment, and let me know if you had a good time. And I am so thankful that you're all here, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.